Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Go Mango Toku Cast. I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today, Dang it! Frick. Okay. I woke up, I fell asleep too early, so I'm recording this alone, the day this goes up. So that's why no one else is here. Anyways, on the show today, we have for you, the review of Uchuu Sentai Kyuranger Space 34. And man, I was really happy with this episode. We finally got our full team back together, and there was this is why I really wanted a more fleshed out experience with Stinger and Champ before they, sort of parted ways. For being partners, they do have a lot of separated stories in them being separated. Because it would have made the scene a lot more emotionally resonant when... Oh, by the way, this is going to be spoilers for the episode. You should already know that by now. When Champ comes back, when Champ returns... it would have made it all the more just impactful if we had a bit more build up to their relationship together. Again, with maybe a begrudging partnership blossoming into this, like, oh, I actually care sort of situation. But onto the episode itself, it was wonderful seeing Champ back, and I was wondering under what circumstance would he want to hide himself away, Champ? Under what circumstance would he want to stay away from his friends? And it's because, he's ashamed of his past. And shame isn't an emotion that you normally sort of ascribe to Champ. And to see him just... for it to shake it, like, I feel like this is the first time he's sort of experiencing, like, he is a robot and maybe experiences anew, I don't know, but, like, he saw that and processed it in a way where only he wanted to know about the problem. It is, I feel like, if there's a problem, in some circles, in some, like, in Japanese culture, you really don't tell people about your problems. I mean, we see that a lot with, and I don't want to sound too morbid here, but, like, Japanese actors or big performers not wanting to share the details of, like, an illness that they're going through or something because they don't want to bother other people. And I feel like this mentality is really sort of deeply into this episode. And in the watch along, I said that idea sort of clashes with who Champ is, because he's always so loud and big and willing to share with others, or at least willing to hear others. He so aggressively wants to share other people's problems with him, and I feel like that's a like them speaking on that topic in society, in Japanese culture, because it is sort of toxic to keep that all bottled up and to not bother anyone, because it will end up biting you in the butt later. Say, for instance, again in this episode, how Champ, Garu, and Stinger don't want to bother the rest of the team by telling them useful information that, hey, Champ has a bit of a malfunction and, he might go wild. Like, that is very useful information. That is dangerous stuff that could potentially happen to the team, that they're basically withholding from them. And, I think, because obviously this is going to bite them in the butt. Obviously. it's gonna get out of hand and it's gonna throw a wrench in the plans. We're gonna see. I'm assuming we're gonna see a little bit next episode, but it'll come back later. After like maybe one arc. It might be the arc. It might be the current arc. It might be because we do still need to go into his backstory a little bit because I don't think that what we got with the fake champ, I don't think we got enough from that to glean his backstory, and enough of the story that they want to tell from that wasn't there. So I'm looking forward to more from it, and I'm thinking this is either the next arc that we're going to touch on, or there's going to be one before it, you know what I mean? And because I think we're going to have somewhat of a filler next episode. I don't know for sure. It could advance the plot. Kyuranger's been very good about that. We might want to slow down a bit. It is a hammy focus episode, but that's neither here nor there. So I think maybe they could touch on how, like, being able to share with others, like, share it with everyone, share your pain with everyone, and Lucky's all about this too, so I don't know why it's very hypocritical of Champ and Stinger to keep this from them, to keep that information and not share their problems, but it is human. So it does seem like that sort of flaw, like, even if you're willing to do that before, that was under very, like, heated circumstances that you'd want to share with other people. And I suppose they're really not used to sharing their problems. Champ hasn't really had problems outside of the Anton stuff, and that, while that is big, he did keep it, from his team initially. He didn't share it. So I guess backtracking on my point, it is in character for them. It is entirely within their character, and I feel like Garu will bring a lot of levity to the situation. He might be the one to sort of get fed up and then just tell everyone. I mean, he's all for it now. He's all for that mentality of, just keeping it between those three. And I'm glad that he's part of this sort of circle now. Because we have Stinger and Sky Blue, and we have Stinger and Champ, and now we have Champ, Stinger, Garu, all. So that nice little, group of four, that's pretty cool to see. Like I said, next episode is Hammy Focus, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to suss through what else I thought about this episode. Just the Zord battle in tandem with the ground battle, that was really cool. Yeah, there's, outside of that, there's not all that much. Because this was a big episode, and I feel like I touched on the bigger points. I mean, we got to see that proto champ. And I feel like it was a bit of a waste because we didn't really get to see who exactly. I mean, we know that Dr. Professor Anton, I know that he probably made it, but I don't understand, like, there wasn't a lot of weight given to it, and, like, so does this fake champ exist at the same time as regular champ, and then regular champ went back in time and then lived an entire life, and now, so there are still only the proto champ and the real champ? Is that how that works? So was real champ around while real champ was actually around as well, and he didn't come in just, one, to create a paradox, and two, like, he was ashamed? That could be the case, but I'm not 100% sure, it's a very confusing situation, and he also could have just showed up after, but um, outside of that, yeah, there's did we kill one of the um big bad guys? One of the three? I think we did, but I'm not 100% sure on that cuz like it's just so inconsequential to the rest of it. Like I really deeply cared about Champ coming back, and now that the team is back together, I don't want them to break apart again. It was it hurts. It hurts, and I don't want it anymore. I also wanted to touch on friggin' Garu, who is the butt of the joke this episode, and I'm pretty sure Michael, if he watches this, if he listens to this, he would be so pissed. I mean, he'd be glad. He'd be glad that he's getting more Garu, but he'd be real pissed that he's the butt of the joke again. Anyway, I think that just about does it for my coverage. Hopefully next week we'll be able to get most of the people back on the show. A little bit of behind the scenes on this. I've got a lot of school, and I wake up early and stay out late, so that's why we couldn't really bring the group together, because we record even later and it's hard for me to stay up. So that's why solo is happening right now. Hopefully we'll sort everything out and have everyone on the podcast again. But if you like this episode and you want to hear more, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe, because more content is coming out each week, and we're repositioning. We're thinking, hey, maybe bring out some more anime content, like you saw with the anime cast down there. It's being adopted by more people. More people are watching it, so I'm glad. I hope you guys are enjoying that. Also, if you want, the Kyuranger watch along is up right here in the eye icon above, and also we have the link to the build review in that eye icon above as well. And then also the build watch along right there. And like I said about the anime cast, you could catch that up there in the eye icon as well. So, that being said, I think that just about does it. Let me know. Wait, I said that. Yeah, never mind. Thanks for listening. Keep it juicy.